What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We're here in front of the Subaru. We are going to be working on the fuel lines, so let's get to it. So the fuel lines on the stock EG33, they are these metal lines that go along with the intake manifold. Obviously they worked, but I am going to be upgrading everything to braided lines. So over here we have pretty much everything needed to do a parallel system. So I'm going to do, and obviously I'm not going from the pump yet, but I'm going to be doing from the filter -8 splits into -6 into each rail, so a parallel system. And then these are the stock EG33 rails, and I have welded AN fittings onto them. I haven't done this one yet. Just wanted to, make sure it actually is going to work before I film it. So honestly, it actually went really well somewhere right here. I got these -6 AN fittings, and they actually work very well. If you remove this O-ring and shave down this metal piece in the middle, and then on here, if you shave down this center ring, that second ring that you can see there, this one here, will actually fit right into that O-ring slot. So I will modify them both to fit, and I will show you guys. Alright, so I have this one all shaved down. Just took off that first little ridge. Here's the other one, just comparison of how it was. So that first little ridge I knocked down. And then on the rail, here's a comparison of how it was. Just had that spot for the O-ring. And then here's what I did. So I just shaved out that groove that the O-ring sits in. And then let me put this in the vise real fast. Out of pure luck, I just ordered these stainless steel AN fittings, 6 AN fittings on Amazon. And out of pure luck, these literally fit in there perfectly. Oh, that one's a little tight. Might have to clean up the ridges, but yeah. See, it slides into there perfectly. There we go. Just like that. So then, literally just have to cut off the ends, round it off, TIG weld it, and perfect. So, I don't know, I can drop the link of where I got these. And it is, I don't know, it's actually crazy how well those fit in there. It's like a perfect fit. So, that's going to help, I don't know, if you're a crappy welder, I guess, like me. It'll just make it that much easier to fit and know that that is just fit in there perfectly. So I'm going to do that to the other side, cut them, round them off, and then TIG weld them together. Alright, got both sides welded up. Should work and should be sealed. While those are cooling off, I'm going to step over to the engine bay over here, take off the manifold, the risers, and throw on my other plenum risers I have over there. I don't even know what they're called. I'm just going with risers, I guess. So remove all this, and then we can get to actually making braided lines. All right, guys, finally got the fittings that I needed to hopefully finish this. I think I need one more, but I should be able to get it pretty quickly. So I already have this one line done. It's going to the Y here. So I'm actually going to show you guys how to make this one. And then that's probably it on showing you how to do it, because once you've seen it once, you kind of know the whole steps. So first of all, you need to get your measurement, which is from there to there, and I already have that. Then you come over to your line, and the best method to do this is to tape it. That way when you cut it, I'm just using a grinding disc, but this can get really frayed at the end, the wires inside and as well as the sheath, if you don't tape it. So make sure to tape it, and then you can cut it. Just like that. Let it cool down a bit. And then remove the tape. And there you have a perfectly flat surface. And then I like to get a brush and scrape, put it in and get all of the burnt rubber material out of there from cutting it. And take your fittings. Here is the secret. So how these work, you have this fitting inside here, then you slide your hose into the end of this piece and twist it in. It can be kind of hard to get started at first, but then and you want to make sure there's some threads in here, and you want to make sure that it is all the way to the threads. And then here's for the must, or a little bit of engine oil onto this fitting, because if you don't, it is not going to want to slide into that hose very well, and it's going to be a bugger for you to tight. So to get it started, hold the end with your thumb while holding the braided part and get it to start. Now what you don't want to happen is for the hose to start pushing out of the fitting. And once you get in there enough, it's going to clamp and then bite, so it can't anymore. So just make sure that it's not pushing in, because then you won't get a good seal. And once you get to the point where you can't use your hands, pull out the wrenches, and then you can get special flare wrenches for this. I don't, because if you use the oil, it isn't too bad. If it was a customer's car, then yes, I would for sure, just to make sure the fittings don't get marked up. Yeah, if you don't use the oil here, it becomes like impossible to turn. But with the oil, as you can see, all right, just like that. Now I'm gonna do the other end real fast and then throw it on the car. All right, these front two are on to the Y. Here it goes to an 8AN hose size, but I can't really do any other hoses until I have things mounted. So I need to mount my filter and I need to mount my regulator. But to do that, I'm gonna have to build some type of bracket. So I guess we will start on that. All right, I have the fuel pressure regulator mounted. Turned out pretty good. It's a little closer to the clutch slave than or the clutch fluid reservoir than I would like it to be, but I don't know, it's movable and there is still plenty of room to tighten and everything. So yeah, it turned out good. And then my flex fuel sensor will go right there and then go straight. I'm gonna bend this return line so it is just perfectly in line like that, and everything should just line right up. So now that that is where I want it, I can start making the lines from that fuel rail into the bottom here, and then this one up into this one here. All right, manifold back off. All the lines are done up to the regulator. So here we have this one comes down to there, into the Y, and then across to the regulator there. So all we have left is the bigger line, the 8AN line that goes from the filter up to the Y. So make that one real fast and then we are done with the braided lines. The braided lines are done. Went pretty good. Excited to have the ugly stock lines out of the way. These are just really ugly and unappealing. So yeah, should look a lot better and should be able to perform better as well. That is the ultimate good. That is the ultimate goal. So yeah, all we have left is I need to get an adapter to connect these two here. So I'll just go right in there and line there, and then I'm going to bend this over if I can, and then just need a line to go from there down to there. And this whole setup is temporary. I know it's not very often that you mount your fuel filter in the bay. Once I go braided line all the way from the pump, I will be doing this underneath the car somewhere, but for now I'll just do it there, and it doesn't look too bad, so it'll work. But I think that is where I'm gonna wrap this one up. And I actually got word that they're gonna be sending my head stud soon, which is awesome. So I need to get this done so that when the head studs get here, put the heads on, throw the engine in, and then we can start doing the final stuff that needs done, finalize the wiring and all the little stuff, but should be able to start it pretty quick after that. So stay tuned, because there's gonna be a lot of action coming for this, and hopefully we'll get it running soon and make some big power. So stick around, you better subscribe so you can see that. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.